Our last question, we will start with Mr. Green. Other counties and states are courting and cultivating new companies to move to their locations. Rowan County is in dire need of good-paying jobs that support a family. What tools would you use to attract new jobs to Rowan County? Mr. Green.
We all talk about jobs. I've had the opportunity for several years now to work with the EDC, and I have the first thing that comes to my mind is that people trying to look around to see where they're going to spend $10 million to build a new building. The first thing they want is to see, how am I going to be accepted when I come into the community? Have to have a good attitude, and it comes first of all from our leaders on county commission. Second of all, they're going to want to know about prices and taxes. Those things are important to them, and incentives play a good part in the deal. But the next thing that they look at is what kind of product is available. We have no spec buildings going on right now in Rowan County. I have a plan to start a spec building using private money as an investment to be an additional incentive to what the county already does with public money. So we can get the ball going. We can get folks interested in Rowan County with just a little incentive and just a little attitude there. Now, then another thing that they're looking for is an educated workforce. And we have Rowan Cabarrus Community College, one of the best around. We've got 2 liberal arts colleges that put out good graduates every year, and then Hood Theological Seminary who will pray for us at the jobs we get. So we have just a great asset here in Rowan County, and with that being the centerpiece of what I would do in office, we can bring jobs to Rowan County.
Thank you. Mr. Colders.
I spoke before about the fact that we have opportunities here in distribution. I believe that is one of the biggest ways to quickly and effectively reduce our unemployment level, because those folks that are suffering with unemployment right now are those folks that can fill those jobs as drivers and pickers and packers. Along with those jobs, though, come computer people and order takers and salesmen and managers. So it does grow, but it's not a silver bullet. It's a practical way to get something done. You have to start with simple ideas and not shoot for pie in the sky, okay? Back to the other questions that we had before, education. Our educational system here is broken. Dr. Moody is looking forward to fix it. But the people who run our Board of Education, those elected officials, are the same people that have stood over the top of this educational system for the last 12 to 20 years. You need to consider where your problem really is. You need to change the direction of the ship. We have teachers who have some of the lowest supplements, yet we give $4.5 million in supplements. Our administrative staff, through the decisions of the board of directors of the schools, gets between 20 and 35% supplements. Our teachers get 6.5% of their pay in supplements. Change the direction of the ship. Get the leaders of your school board to change its direction. Take care of your teachers, not your administrators.
Thank you. Mr. Cobb.
It's funny I should receive this question, because last night I was just kind of piddling around on the internet, and I found some interesting information. Mooresville And Statesville is a micropolitan area. It means they have a population of over 10,000 but less than 50,000. Out of the 500 plus micropolitan areas in this country, not just our state, our country, Mooresville was ranked 35th, the Mooresville Statesville area. I scrolled on down the page and I found the Salisbury area, another micropolitan in our country. In the last 10 years, we had dropped from, we were at 75th, I believe it was 2004, and today we stand at 175th. We've lost 100 places. If I look at what many people consider a short little trip down 150 or 70, about 15 miles, 20 miles, the difference between our two areas. We have I-85, they have I-77. We both have a lake. We have some colleges here. We have 3 higher learning institutions. We have a rail system here, so I believe might have a leg up on them. I believe the easiest thing to do and the smartest thing to do would take a little trip over to Iredell County and say, guys, what are y'all doing right? Show us what we need to do. I'm not too proud to ask for help. I don't know everything. I don't proclaim myself to know everything. If I can see that somebody's county is doing a little bit better, instead of throwing a lot of tax dollars at something, if I can see that Cabarrus County has got the problem nailed, ask, how did y'all do it? Thank you.
Mr. Adams. You know, the question is, what are companies looking for? And as I read recruiting magazines, it tells us a few things. The number one thing, recruiters are looking for a trained workforce. That's why our education system, not only public schools, but our colleges are so important to us. 2, transportation corridors. We have all the roads we need. We have rail. We have the roads. 3, cheap, reliable energy, and we have that through Duke Energy right here in our back door. 4, a water supply for industry. Not everyone can say that. We can pump right out of the Yadkin. If it's industry that we want to bring here that's dependent on water, we can certainly do that. When I announced that I was running for county commissioner back in November, I began, my thing is it's got to be jobs and education and jobs. And I hope you'll pick one of these up when you leave, but this question is just right in my wheelhouse, and I've been talking about this ever since I started. Schools, jobs, economy, plan, and then lead. And so here are the things that I've been talking about, and I've already mentioned some of them today. But education improvement has to be the top priority. It cuts crime, it strengthens our tax base, and it helps recruit good jobs. We know this intuitively. Second, we have to create a countywide economic strategy for job creation. You realize we have no countywide economic strategy. That has to be done. Third, identify industries that we think we can best compete for all across the country. Focus on those and relentlessly pursue them and train our folks in those areas so that we have the most highly trained workforce in those areas in the region and in the country. 4th, streamline our local regulations for prospective employers. Make sure they're transparent, make sure they're necessary, make sure they are cost effective. Then lastly, going on with building respectful relationships between boards and between communities. It can be done.
Thank you.